Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me on Ravies. Welcome to another Should You poll, and this one should be pretty quick, pretty easy. But first of all, I'm going to be doing an update on Summer Ketone when I have a little bit more information about her and I can see a little bit more early impressions of her. Probably nothing to be worried about. Maybe the TMR is something to be worried about, but other than that, I mean, this game's kind of going on status effects, and I'm not going to get into the JP side stuff because we're in on global. So first of all, the Ochu Challenge. Ochu Challenge is not overly fondly remembered on the JP side when I was talking with some of my guildmates. So heads up to you globalers. Not a panic button type thing, but I don't remember it being particularly easy or friendly. It might have been one of those ones that even I just generally passed up on. But I'm sure you guys can get through it with your foresight and foreknowledge and never mind. Didn't stop myself before making that joke. Anyway, the jeweled ring is the thing that I would recommend getting at least a couple of them. Maybe a +3. I don't know if I go as far as a +5. It's only an MR accessory, but so it's not like the most grueling in terms of farm. The biggest thing off of it is its paralysis resistance, paralyze resistance. The reason that I'm going to recommend it is because of the twin-headed dragon, which has the feature, as well as some of the new JP farm stages are starting to get into AoE status effects with damage. So yeah, getting a couple of these rings, probably not a bad idea. I would actually almost kind of, like, depending on how much of a difference there is between +1, +2, +3, and +4, I mean, mostly that's the evasion rate, which is in high tier difficulty pretty meaningless, as a lot of the times the enemies are just going to have souped up accuracy, so I don't think it's going to be super useful. The paralyzed resistance is probably the better thing to have, so I would actually rather just a bunch of small copies of this just to get that, you know, maybe a bunch of +1s or +2s and kind of call it a day. But that's just me. Up to you guys how much you want to farm. I don't know if this has never been repeated on the JP side to my knowledge, so some farming is merited. Okay, that's my opinion there. Now let's talk about the banner. Now the banner is Ravies and Oldoa, and yeah, that's how I'm pronouncing their name, Kalami. All right, let's start with Ravies, because Ravies is actually a character I really liked. I really liked her so much that, hey, guess what? I have her at 89. I don't have a ton of MRs at 89, but when I do, I like them. Ravies is primarily a tank-based character. She has some real nice utility, and a lot of her kits is pretty focused around evasion, which you can imagine is kind of worthless. See, I got myself. Health is the 100% direct counter to this, so much so that it's not even a contest. Like, the tank buster on this thing, or the energy buster, will just kill her stone dead. I mean, for an MR, she has pretty nice HP stats. Her TMR as well is kind of particularly nice because it's a sword that increases job points. Eh, that's not so good. Its attack, not so good. But it does have a little bit of evasion if you are going to go on meme on evasion. In terms of practicality, I think that other than Ravies just being kind of a cool character from the side story, probably not a character you need to get your hand on for TMR or kit, just because I feel like she's super hard countered. But if you want to use her in PvE content, there might be more of an application for her there. Either way, don't think she's really terrible. I just think she's kind of middle of the road. Just okay, and unfortunately her counter is just so damn strong. And one that a lot of people went on to. Sorry, that was off camera, but alright, now let's talk about the other one, which is Oldoa. Now, my Oldoa, we kind of got to go to the bottom. Yeah, I remembered I had it this time. Alright, Oldoa. What to say about Oldoa? First of all, I've come out before saying that I just do not like her design, but we're gonna throw that to the side for a second, and I'm just going to talk about her kit and performance. And in that sense, nobody uses her on JP. I have never seen this unit in PvP. I have never seen this unit used in PvE either. I'm sure there are some videos of her being used. Overall, I think that this unit is particularly pretty damn clunky for a lot of reasons. If you take a look at her kit, it's mostly HP, attack, evasion, which I've kind of covered why I just don't like evasion that much anymore. She does have missile resistance, which is potentially nice, but like overall, she's basically kind of a little bit tanky physical damage character that really kind of relies on, you know, Berserker and a little bit of evasion to kind of get stuff done. But in wind characters, if you already have Lucia, you already have something much better. There's not enough synergy between her and other wind units. Like if you look at other wind units, what do we even have? Ayaka, Howl in the future, we have Dario and Yurima is probably her best synergy options, and I just don't think that Wind is stacked enough to really merit Oldoa in terms of being a high priority farm and build. She's a UR, so she'll have UR stats for the most part, but her movement is just bad, and I don't think that her range super makes up for it. Now, with that being said, she's not all bad. Definitely her TMR is probably the strongest thing. I mean, her master ability is also nice. Increase of acquired AP and slash, pierce, strike, and missile resistance of +5. So there's some kind of damage there in the same way that Whisper, Murmur, Shishi. There is some good stuff there in terms of resistance. But TMR is probably the most important thing off this unit. It's an accessory, it's 150 HP, it's some aim, it's some critical, but the big thing here is that it grants auto restore 5% for 3 turns. That does not change with leveling. What does change is increased defense penetration by 50 max for 3 turns. That is just strong. That is insanely powerful. Matter of fact, if I was to make a TMR list, and I might be, this TMR would be incredibly high on the list. Just having that much defense penetration is a solution to Warrior of Light. It's a solution to almost any tank in the game, because most tanks can't get that high of defense to say that this is just a little bit too much. And what's great about this is it's also really flexible too. You can throw it on a spear character, a gun character, any of those characters, and reap the benefits of it, so long as the AI is using it properly. And again, you goblers are getting your AI update, so that will be a big thing for you. Oldoa is not a bad unit, but her movement and range are questionable as to how good she will be. I still like Yurima way more than I like Oldoa, and that goes to the fact that I've seen Yurima still, but I have never seen an Oldoa used in anything. Also because there's a ton of ice units. But anyway, the TMR is just really, really strong here. Almost kind of like a Ziza, basically. So if you wanted to get one copy of this unit, or you get one copy of this unit in the future, and just want to slow farm to get that TMR, it's definitely a good idea. But is it of the gravest of imperils? No. You guys should be probably saving for the limiteds, or the half anniversary, or Glassy, or Adira, or Super Stern, Final Fantasy IV. The list goes on and on. But yeah, overall, don't think that this is a banner that you really need to worry about, but it's not one that you should totally ignore. Anyway, you guys, that's basically everything for here. Best of luck with Ochu. Best of luck with your update. And let me know how you doing. Hopefully you are excited, because I think that Tactics is very, very soon, and that'll be a hype moment for Global for a lot of reasons. Take care. See you next time.